Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to talk about another very important example related to navigateByUrl method, where we will see how to hit the URL with Fragment. So sometime there might be the requirement in a project where we are supposed to navigate by URL. Okay, so in that case, what will happen? We are also looking for the fragment. So to achieve this thing, if you want to navigate to a URL with fragment, in that case what you will do, you will simply follow the syntax or structure that I'm going to show you in this particular session. But before we proceed further with this session, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic, because for time being we are just mainly focusing on how to use router.navigateByUrl method with fragment. Okay, so let's get started. Here you can see we have one heading that shows Angular 19 course by Sharmit, and for the complete course you can refer the Sharmit digital course book, which is freely available in the description box. Okay, and there you will find more than 3000 plus videos and content learning resources without paying anything. So you can learn not only Angular, there are other things also. Okay, now let's move ahead. So we have this heading Angular 19 course by Sharmit. Then we will go for the second heading that shows router. Here we will write navigateByUrl method, navigateByUrl method, and then we will write navigation with fragment. Okay, so this is the thing that we are going to learn. And here, to separate out these heading with the actual content, we will write HR, which is nothing but a horizontal row, and post that horizontal row we will write the other thing, like other important things like buttons or whatever we want to create here. Now, as per the requirement, like firstly we need some prerequisites, like there are some requirement, we need some components. Okay, so to create or to add that component, what we will do, we will simply follow one command, that is ng for Angular g generate c component, and the name of the component would be about. Okay, so when you press enter on this command, it will automatically create a component. Here you can see css, html, spec.ts and component.ts. likewise we have contact, not found, services. These are the all component that you can create, but in my case the component is already created, therefore I am not creating it again. I'm just going to use the same. Now other 4 files, like each component contains 4 files, that is css, html, spec.ts and component.ts. so we are not going to use all of them. In fact, I have kept everything as a default. I just made one change in the about.component.html file. So by default it comes with a paragraph that shows about works, but here I changed it to heading 1 that shows about page. So that's the only difference. That's the only change that I implemented in this file. Now once this thing is ready, we are good to define the route. So to define the route, we will go to app.route.ts file. In this ts file, we will simply define curly braces, and then we will write here path. In path, we will mention about. Then we will write here component, about component. That's it. Okay. So these are the things that you can implement in order to get the proper routes. Fine, so this thing is ready. Now make sure that you put comma here, because in case if you want to add another path, you can pass like this. Okay, with the commas, but I'm not going to use any other path as of now, so I'll just make it simple. Fine, so these routes are ready. Now it's time to go to app.component.ts file. So simply go to that file, app.component.ts, where it is. Let me unexpand. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, so here firstly, like we will import the router outlet. So simply go and write router outlet, and then you can mention here, like in app component, you can expand it, and after expanding it, you can define the other required thing like constructor. So we will write like this: constructor then we will write here private, then we will write router colon router and enter. So once you press enter over here, it will add this import router outlet. Then you can put a curly braces over here. Then we will simply define the method. So as per the requirement, like we want to build a application which will provide us one button. Once the user click on that button, it will execute one method, and that method will navigate us to a particular route, a particular component, that is about component with fragment, with some fragment ID. So to implement this thing, let's define the method. So here I will write go to maybe we can write go to team section. Okay, team section, because we are going to pass a section to it. Then opening closing curly braces, here we will write this dot router dot navigate by URL. Then opening closing parenthesis, inside this we will write here about with hash team. So this hash team will act as a fragment. Okay, that we are going to pass through this. Okay, fine. Now this thing is ready. Now next what we are supposed to do, we are going to firstly the route setup is done. This part is done. So it's time to define the HTML. So here in HTML I will simply write one simple button. So just go and make like this button. In button we will write here go to team section, and go to team section. Then you can mention one more thing here, that is with fragment, or maybe we can simply write go to team section because it is self-explanatory, right? Okay, now we will bind the method. So here we will right click, go to team section, and then we will write here button, not button, here we want to show output. So for output we will write here router outlet, and here we'll terminate it. Perfect. So this thing is ready. Now let's try if it is working as expected or not. So for that I will write here ng-serve -- open enter, wait for few seconds, and then it will show you the output on the browser. Then we will verify the headings and all the process with button functionality. So it is executed successfully. That means it is working perfectly. Here we can see we have one primary heading that shows Angular 19 course by Tech Sharmit. Then we have navigate by URL method, navigation with fragment. We have one horizontal row and one button that will help us to click on. So when you click on this go to team section, it will show you this about page. But the good thing is it is on about page but with a fragment ID. So you can see localhost 4200/about/team. So this hash team is nothing but a fragment. If you back, like you can see initial URL is localhost 4200, but when you click on this button it will take you to the localhost 4200/about/team, where /about is a component route and we have hash team that is a fragment. Okay, so this is the thing that we are supposed to follow in order to get the URL with the fragment ID. Now the question comes like why do we need fragment? So let's say there is a application with a page where we have multiple paragraphs, segments, sections, right? In that case, if you want to go to a particular section, so in that case you can pass that fragment ID, so that later a developer team can pick that ID, and according to that ID they will work in order to process the required output. Okay, and same thing we also discussed with the router.navigate method. So yeah, there you can also implement it, but here we just find out one more alternative where we are using navigate by URL method for the navigation with fragment, so that you can simply follow. So I hope this entire session is clear to all of you. In case if you have any questions, suggestion, feedback, or anything related to this session, or maybe for any other particular playlist or a session, feel free to reach out to me through the comment section. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions, and if there is any suggestion, I'll look forward to implement it. Okay, so yeah, that's all for today. Now you can do the practice, and in the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching texture method.